So now with those basics in place, we have a dangerously low amount of farmable land left in the world. Only 14% of China is arable land, and they're in a crisis because they're running out of land to feed their people. And fortunately, they used to be organic, so they're able to generate massive amounts of food off their soils in small areas. The average Chinese farmer could produce more food on 1 2/3 of an acre than the American farmers were producing on 40 acres.
Damn.
Yes, and if you look at the book Farmers of 40 Centuries by Dr. Hollis King, he was sent by the United States government Department of Agriculture to figure out how it was that the Chinese could feed that many people on such a small landmass. And back in those days, they used to think that the Chinese and the Japanese and these different foreign countries their farming techniques were silly or ridiculous. And, they would make hand pumps where they'd actually ride them like a bicycle and stand there and pump water into the irrigation ditches. Everything was done by hand. They all would collect their poop in the villages, and it was called midnight soil, and it was taken to be composted to be put back into the land. But Dr. King's book shows that they literally could produce more food on 1 2/3 of an acre than the average American farmer could on 40 acres because their skill level and their ability to maintain the balance of the soil and keep the soil not only healthy but growing in its density of nutrition was incredible. And this is as a side note, this is a very critical thing to understand, because one of the main arguments with commercial farming and biotech is that we cannot feed the population through traditional farming means, so we have to use all these high-tech systems of, farming thousands of chickens in one building and using chemicals to make food grow faster, which people don't realize actually burns the soil out. Just like you can burn yourself out using too much sugar or too many drugs, you can burn the soil out by putting too much stimulants into the soil, which is what basically commercial farmers do. So you get big things like great big tomatoes, but they taste almost empty. You get big everything, but there's no nutrition in it because NPK's fertilizer is a salt-based fertilizer, so it attracts a lot of water into the food to neutralize the salt. So it creates the illusion that you're getting a lot for your money, but it's really kind of an obese, sick plant is what it is with no nutrition in it. So